I know the protocol for this. There's only one way to learn, and it's the hard way. It's happening again. I'm not shocked or scared. I'm just sorry, and I'm trying to work it out in my mind, prepare myself for the inevitable. I should probably feel more sad. Maybe I will soon. But every time I think about it, I'm scared of self-pity, of glorifying my suffering, romanticizing tragedy, of wearing my experience as if it were the crest of some exclusive club of the unfortunate. It seems selfish and immature, even though I know it isn't. I'm told that my situation is unique, that I've had to deal with too much at too young an age. But there are so many people who I know have had to deal with much harder things than I have. I don't talk about it much. I don't want to burden people with the responsibility of reacting appropriately. All this revolves around one particular moment in my life. It's strange that the saddest moment of my life should occur in the happiest place I've ever known. I woke up to a scream. Torn between wake and sleep and too tired to think of an explanation, I rolled over in bed and continued sleeping. A few hours later, I woke up again. Lily of the Valley were painted in a pattern on the walls. I remember crying on the staircase, then sitting and staring and daring the sun to burn or the water to flow. All I knew was that it had happened the night before, and he was driving, and it was raining, and it ended through the wall of a church. And I was 7, and he was 17. I got to understand death much more that year. They served delicious pastries at his funeral. In the will, I got a snowboard and a school photo in a blue frame. I mourned like a child, utterly oblivious to the chaos around me. I didn't realize then that the lady I saw every week was a therapist. I just knew she gave me Skittles and juice boxes, and she was nice. That was it. Skittles and juice boxes and funeral pastries and sun and water and Lily of the Valley and the little angel pin a girl from school sent me. It was the worst moment of my life and the happiest days of my childhood. I've heard my childhood described as clouded, but I don't see it that way. I'm not haunted. It didn't spoil the days ahead of me. It just taught me how death functions. That it is no respecter of persons, that it may claim a life at any moment without warning, or it may show itself slowly, and allow you to prepare for it. As I said before, it's happening again. We know he's dying, and we know what to do. And though it is an undeniable fact that in the midst of life we are in death, I want to state that sadness and fear may be natural, but so is joy. I don't see why I should have to avoid any enjoyment for the sake of solemnity. What good would that do? In my life, I've lost close family friends, several great aunts, a brother, 2 grandparents, bordering on 3. And still I laugh every day, and still I smile and enjoy myself and live without shame. The world could fall apart tomorrow, but we'd still be laughing and crying and experiencing our existence because it is the human thing to do. And when we think of my brother, why do we have to see him as some great tragedy? Why can't we remember the time he taught me and my brother to beatbox? Or the time he held me upside down by the ankles in the CN Tower? Or when he taught me how to climb the big tree in the middle of the field? And how I never climbed as high as I did when he was teaching me? Why should one rainy night when he lost control of the car eclipse 17 years of happiness? All I'm saying is that no matter what happens, no matter who you've lost, the water will still be flowing, and the sun will still be burning, and there will be summer and green grass, and Skittles, and juice boxes, and pastries, and Lily of the Valley, and death itself can't take that away. Our strength is determined by our ability to see this, not to ignore the pain, but to feel it, to let it sink in, and still be able to laugh and smile afterwards. A 7-year-old managed it. He managed it because he had to, because there was no other option.